Nope, you didn't do it enough. It's Good evening, all you Minties, and welcome back to another episode of Reelz Talk with your host, the amazing Amanda, and my lovely co-host, the uncanny Omar.
Yes, I am the uncanny Omar, and that is my lovely co-host. Is the like button really that bad? Yes, it is. Smash it now. Right. I know Phil did not watch this movie. There's no way he watched it.
Did you watch this movie? Because if you did, hats off. There's very few movies you watch, but that would be shocking. If this
2008. I don't know if maybe he did. Maybe he was on a Wachowski kick. How's it going, Griffin X? I've heard mixed reviews on this movie. It is really interesting. This Alone. Thank you for making Omar watch this torturous film. He deserves it. I don't think it was as bad. Okay, I'm not going to spoil what I think about this movie.
The fans made him watch it. So
go Speed Racer.
That's all you guys, because I was just going to do Avatar: Last Airbender, the awful live action. Omar's like, no, we should do a fan.
No, I like involving our audience and letting them vote, letting you all vote for what movie we watch, whether was it really that bad or first time view review. I enjoyed this movie.
Yes, and I
have not watched this movie.
Good. Okay, so
what's up, Martin? I kind of thought you didn't, Philip.
But it's a good thing you didn't, because I don't think that Airbender's on anywhere, and I refuse to pay money for it. So it's probably a good idea we didn't do it, because I don't want to, if it's not included in a subscription I already have, I'm not renting it. So
you don't want to give M. Night more money?
No, I don't. Not for that movie. Maybe for something.
Wasn't this man tortured enough from the Evergreen? Thank you. William, thank you. Did you feel my pain in the Evergreen episode? I feel like all my friends betrayed me. They were talking about me behind my back and decided to just torture me live. Rewatched it like a year ago or something. I think this film seems worse because of the films it competed with same year. Oh, yeah. 2008? 2008? Right?
Yep.
Oh yeah, that would have been. Oh my god, that would have been Batman: Dark Knight.
Batman: Dark Knight. Yeah.
And
Tropic Thunder at that time. Yeah, Iron Man. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I think that's part of the reason why this movie bombed. Unfortunately.
I wonder what I need to look at the box office. When did it?
It didn't do that well, because I remember my brother and I going to see it in the theater, and I haven't seen it since the theater. It's been that long.
Second. No, it didn't.
Amanda, The Last Airbender is streaming on Paramount Plus, Amazon Prime.
Okay, stop, James.
All right, James. My dude James is on top of it, man.
Never mind. Well, last time I looked, it wasn't streaming anywhere, but I guess it's been a minute since I've looked. But
all right, so Speed Racer, 2008. This movie was a long time coming. I know they had been talking about it when I was a kid. Back in the 90s, they've been wanting to do a live action Speed Racer movie. Speed Racer was a anime brought over to America. Holy crap, so many people dying. Who did not, growing up watching Speed Racer, who did not want the Mach 5? You push a button on the steering wheel, little spikes come out your tire and just blows up your opponent. Man, it's so
Fast X.
Fast X ain't got shit on this on Speed Racer. But it was one of those, it's definitely one of the anime that came to America and Latin America that it showed how mature the cartoons could be, as opposed to the things that we were having here in America. Not that there's anything wrong with the things we had here in the early 80s, but there was definitely that anime Japanese flair to these cartoons. They seemed a lot more mature. When people died, people stay dead. Okay, Leo, thanks for making me feel old. Hey guys, not joking. My parents like this movie. Thank you, Leo.
Thank you, Leo.
I feel like in another life I could have been Leo's dad. I never had a problem with this movie. It was kind of cool getting so hyped up about how stylized it was. It definitely had a feel. It definitely did have a feel.
It had
something. I think that might have been the downfall to it. What matters is if racing changes us. Yes. That it did. And I don't like Speed. You don't like Speed Racer? What's there not to like?
The anime or the live action adaptation,
Speed
Leo.
Racer
But
anime came out in 1967. 1 year later, Wacky Races came out in
Wacky
1960.
Races? What
I
is that
like
like?
Wacky Races. So it's also based on a manga that has been translated to America. Yeah, so Speed Racer, interesting history that eventually, yeah, it was greenlit after The Matrix. Not the original Matrix, mind you. The Matrix Revolution and Matrix Reloaded.
Yeah.
Movies didn't do as well as who was it? Is it wasn't WB, right? Who produced this movie?
Well,
Would
WB
have been the
is
same
released
people.
on DVD and Blu-ray, so my assumption is they're the ones who it was Silver Pictures. Oh, wait. I'm looking at IMDb. I don't know, or I should be looking at IMDb. But WB is the one who released it.
Okay, well then WB also did The Matrix, right? And I think because of The Matrix, that's why this got like green lit. And even though The Matrix Reloaded and Revolution didn't meet expectations of WB, they still did good enough, right? I mean, we ended up getting V for Vendetta after that too, and V for Vendetta is it's a stellar movie, rated amongst like even the critics were loving.
Good adaptation.
Did we review V for Vendetta?
No, but it makes me want to because it's one of those movies I didn't think about. But now that you mentioned it, that would be a fun one to come back and visit.
I love that the chat is now talking about Wacky Races.
Wacky Races, guys. I want to see.
Dude, I had a mad crush on Penelope Pitstop. Anyway,
wow. So do you know it's opening weekend? It actually was playing against Iron Man and What Happens in Vegas, which I love. What Happens in Vegas.
I don't even know what the hell What Happens in Vegas is.
I think I talked about it in my my 2000s comedies because it's like Ashton Kutcher, Cameron Diaz.
Of course you did. No, thank you.
Yes, I'm pretty sure.
All right. Oh wow, it opened up against Iron Man.
Ooh. Yeah, but it ended up number 3, and then its second weekend it went to number 4. But only grossed
and it was not due to promotion because they promoted the hell out of this.
Yeah,
and I think that might be another part of the problem is that people that went to go see this as a family. So here, let's give me the premise, and then we'll talk about like a little bit of behind the scenes as to why this probably is regarded, or why it was rated so bad by critics. Like,
yeah.
All right. What's the premise?
Okay. So the premise of the film is we have this family, this racing family, right? Speed Racer is this young boy who has an older brother, Rex, who is a very good racer. His father, they have their racing company. They make their cars. It's a whole family event. And when he's a young boy, his brother is killed. Bad things are said about his brother. And he kind of grows up in this shadow of what happened to Rex. So as he gets older, he becomes an amazing racer in his own right. And then the CEO of this company called Royalton Industries comes and asks to sponsor him and gives him all this money and this wonderful life if you just sign with me. And he ends up rejecting him because it's about family. And if there's other style like that's an inferior, that sounds hard to say. I don't know what does.
That was a line in the movie, like at all. What?
No, it was not, but I made it a line of the movie. So this angers the CEO, and he pulls out all these stops to try to sabotage Speed in his next race, and also suing his family for like copyright infringement or something crazy like that. And then you have this inspector detector show up, and you have
dude, that guy's name is so awesome.
I know, it's a great name. Is there a Dom Toretto hidden cameo in this film?
I think so. Yeah. Okay. So we had, as far as like cameos, rewatching this, we have the original voice actor for Speed that made a cameo. He's one of the announcers. We had the initial. I think there was the original voice actress for Trixie too. She was one of the announcers as well. Really cool. The guy that says goal, that guy, the Latin American soccer football announcer. He had a spot in there too.
Oh, that's really cool. Yeah. So
and Dom Toretto was in the back somewhere.
He's prepping. He was getting inspiration.
Dominic Toretto.
Fast X. Yeah, so they end up kind of teaming up with this inspector detector, and also I'm gonna mispronounce his name, Taijeho Togokan.
Was that Japanese?
Yeah.
Oh, that was really good.
Um, because he has evidence about like some of the misgivings or evil doings of this Royalton company, and if Speed agrees to race in this upcoming race with Racer X, this guy who always wears a mask over his face, played by Matthew Fox, who is still riding high, I think, from his Lost fame, I imagine. So he's still
at this point in 2008. When was Lost over? Lost was over what, 2000 and oh no, wait, Lost went on 6 seasons.
Yeah, it did.
Started in 2005, right? 2005.
2010 is when it ended. So yeah, he's like,
yeah, you're right. He was. What's up, Michael? How are you, brother?
You know, he was there for pretty much every season.
There wasn't a Rocky-esque montage. That's what we need more of, man.
Yeah, there's none of that.
Eye of the Tiger. All right. So keep going.
Yeah. So anyways,
who's part of this cast? Who's part of the supporting cast? Who's Speed's family?
Yeah. So his family. So his father's played by the amazing John Goodman, and his mother's played by Susan Sarandon. I don't know who his little brother's played by. It's a little kid who I'm sure has grown up by now and is probably doing something. They have a monkey. They also have is it like his cousin, who is the one who makes all the cars and fixes all the cars. Is that he a cousin? I don't remember. Anyways,
sorry, I was in a call. That was really unprofessional.
You were on a call while I was explaining, and then there's also
I listened to you. You're talking about who are you? You talked about Pops, right? The John Goodman Pops.
Yeah,
phenomenal in this.
Yeah.
You talked about Chim Chim. You talked about Chim Chim.
Chim Chim. That's the name of the monkey. There we go. Scotty? Is Scotty the name of his brother? Sparky. Nope, that's the mechanic. Spriddle. Spriddle?
His brother? You talking about Rex?
The little boy. No, the little boy.
No, Sparky's the mechanic.
Who's the little boy? Chim Chim. Who's the little boy who hangs out with Chim Chim?
Oh God.
I have the name right here. It's Spriddle.
Yeah, Spriddle. That's it. Mm-hmm.
Yes, thank you. Every scene that he and those monkey was in, I was like, clearly it's a kids movie. This is aimed at children.
Oh yeah, except they're dropping the
2 hours and 15 minutes. Who made the kids film that long?
Why are we clapping? Why are we bringing the cheerleader back? What's going on with that?
I'm just shocked. It's almost a 2.5 hour movie.
This is not a kids movie.
But it's aimed at kids.
Did you not see? Oh, I know what it's aimed at. Yeah. But did you not see that dude get brutally beaten down?
Oh, yeah, I know. It's weird.
Or the weird, like, get that shit off my track. Like, how did they get away with a PG rating? Because he was dropping the S-bomb through here. Really interesting, like, what they decided to do and get away with. And I think that probably was a part of the problem that you had. You had the WB who probably wanted to make it a kids movie, and then the Wachowski siblings were like,
nope.
Yeah, we're gonna not do that. And of course, things got edited, right?
Yeah, it was definitely. Wasn't sure who the audience they were trying to target as the audience, because there's a lot of parts of it, especially when you have the young brother and the monkey that were, and like certain aspects of it that remind me of like.
Oh my God, I so could have done without both of those. Like,
oh yeah, I did not.
There were things from the anime that I didn't need to be adapted, and both, like when they take the little card and they drive it. Oh my gosh! And I realized, it's fun, like
for kids, but for almost
maybe. But I was, but the green screen was green screening during that.
Oh boy, it was everything.
Well, I mean, throughout the whole movie, but that's part of the charm too. I kind of dug that.
Yeah, I
oh, wait a minute now. Beetlejuice was rated PG and had one F-bomb.
No, that was the 80s. I mean, that's
they don't say it like it was that long ago.
That was a time. That was a different time.
Now. We're not more civilized now.
No, but it was a different time.
Okay.
Before Nancy Reagan.
Talk about tricks. Did you say poor Nancy Reagan?
No, around before Nancy Reagan really got. I think maybe it was around the same time. Anyways, it doesn't matter. Yes.
No. Nancy Reagan was out of the office by then. I mean, that was the Bush administration, right?
No, I thought Nancy Reagan was really big into like the censoring, like the MPA AA or whatever.
She was, but I think she had taken a step back to focus on say no to drugs.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
My only experience with Speed Racer is in Dexter's Laboratory episode where they parodied it. DD was Racer D. I love the fact that they kept everything like from the anime adaptation, that his name is Speed. I love that. All right, go ahead. Keep going.
Anyways, yes. So Trixie is also a part of this crew played by Christina Ricci. And
one of the best parts of the movie. Good Lord.
She's adorable. Yes. I mean, and sexy.
Yeah, that's the word I would have chosen for it.
Yes. And this is that time when for her, I felt like she had hit a period like by 2000s where it was hardly, they didn't know what to do with her as far as movie roles. And she wasn't having a lot of like, she wasn't.
This was after Monster, right? 2008 was after Monster.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
But it wasn't like she was playing a lot of leading like actresses.
Well, she was in not from Hell, I'm sorry. She was in Sleepy Hollow.
Yes.
She was still being cast in a lot of things.
Not like, yeah, but when she was like, so like, remember when like she was Now and Then, it was like Casper, she was all over the place. And then all of a sudden she was.
I love that you went with Now and Then. I love that movie too.
Now and Then is amazing. And then Casper, because who doesn't want Devon Sawa saying, "Can I keep
all you?" Right, let's focus on Speed Racer.
Anyways, but she gets to play the lovely Trixie. I
love all the Matrix movies, but for me, the Wachowskis' filmography never surpassed Bound. Even though Jupiter Ascending is fun when I actually, no one talks about Jupiter Ascending, Sweet Mimosa. I actually liked Jupiter Ascending. I didn't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with the Wachowski siblings at all. I think they're great. And this movie actually shows how good of filmmakers they are, because I think there is a lot of good in here that people just overlook, unfortunately. All right, sorry, Amanda, go ahead.
Anyways, yes. Adorable. So now that you know who the supporting cast is, so as they're playing out this plot, of course, they're double crossed by the the Togokon family, and end up getting everything taken away from them because they were basically going in with the Royalton Industries, and except for the sister, who, because her brother decides not to race in the upcoming the big race, what is it called? Because it's whatever we have. Grand Prix. Yes, the Grand Prix. She gives Speed his her brother's seat or spot, right? And so it has a nice little moment. They build a new car. They come out. And of course, through all this, he's trying to figure out who Racer X is. He actually confronts him after.
I love that part.
Crossing. And he's like, "You're Rex, right? You're my brother." And then he takes his hat, and he doesn't look like his brother because it's a totally
played by a different actor, of course, because it's not the guy from oh my God, what's the Mandy Moore movie where she's dying of cancer?
It's not Shane West.
Wasn't that the kid that played him at the beginning? Oh man, all these kids look alike to me. Okay, no, this was the kid. This was the kid that was in Friday Night Lights, right? The TV show then.
Yes, he is been in like Friday Night Lights. He was Jason. He was in like I don't know, a ton of stuff that we probably will see. Anyways, but no. So Rex is
A Walk to Remember. He's not in A Walk to Remember.
He's not in A Walk to Remember.
Hi, Omar and Amanda. I hope you both had a great day. Thank you, Richard. I hope you're having a wonderful day too, buddy. I like to drink with Omar because Omar's my mate, and when I drink with Omar, he it down. What? Is that a song?
Does he?
Is that a song? Oh man. Okay. So Racer X, turns out it's Matthew Perry from Lost. So it's not his brother, the kid from
which we know it's Matthew. Like all of us know it's Matthew Fox. Like that's a very distinct.
Did I say Matthew Perry? I meant Fox.
Yeah, you did. Yeah,
he's got a very
very distinct jawline. So that kind of disappoints Speed. But anyways, he goes and races in the Grand Prix. He ends up winning. Everything is revealed. And at the end of it, you realize you are also let in on the big secret that Racer X actually is Rex.
That was cool.
Want them to know.
Out of an anime.
He had legit like
plastic surgery.
Yes, plastic surgery. So no one knew who he was.
Except for him. And
definitely the Nick Cage, John Travolta
detective.
Inspector Detector.
That
Inspector
guy, yes,
Detector
he
knew who he
knew.
was. You know,
Glad I
and
found your channel. Been watching all your reading videos, helping me get into more comics. Oh, I'm so glad I got you, man. I'm so glad you're here. You guys are awesome. You're awesome, Joel.
You're
Thank you for
awesome,
being
Joel.
here. Okay. So yeah, I love that reveal. I love how Speed is.
But like I had never seen this movie. I knew it had come out.
Oh, that's right. You hadn't seen it. Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to see it because I really I loved Emil Hirsch ever since I saw him in Dangerous Lives of Altar Boys, him and Kieran Culkin, and then Igby Goes Down with Kieran Culkin. It's just I like those weird, dark, broody boys. Anyways, so I really liked Emil Hirsch. Really wanted to see this film, but I just never went to go see it in theaters. Plus I was about to graduate because it's 2008 in May. Yeah, I graduated like 2 weeks later from college, so I was a little busy.
Please, I was getting married the next month.
Having fun and
I was getting married the next month. I think I was a little busier than graduating from college.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, really? I mean, let's see who.
You know how much planning I had to do to be at that wedding? I had to get up.
Yeah, I know.
My vows. I had to be there. That's tough, man. That ain't for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still here. Probably had hired a better.
I don't know. Looking like Matthew Fox isn't a bad get up.
Are you not a fan of Matthew Fox the way he looks, Leo? Or do you think he looked better as that one kid from Not a Walk to Remember? Friday Night Lights.
He's a good looking kid too. But yeah. I mean Matthew Fox ain't bad to look at.
I mean, as long as he keeps that X on his head. Right. How are you gonna go and change your name from Rex to Racer X and not expect anybody to ask questions? So this always bothered me as a kid. My daughter was watching me watch Speed Racer, and she's like, "Is this the cartoon that Proto Man is based on?" I'm like, "Yes, Proto Man is actually based on Racer X. You're right. Who's the older brother of Mega Man? Mm-hmm. You mean copy your vows from?" Okay, James. I told you.
Did you copy your vows?
Not word for word, not for word.
I mean, I was there. I don't remember though. I wouldn't be able to tell you.
You didn't have my wedding vows memorized? How dare you?
No, I did not. I was too nervous because I had never met any of you before, so I was just nervous to be there.
You seem fine. All right. Anyway, back to Speed Racer. Racer.
Oh, he finally kisses Trixie in the end too. He wins. Everything's right with the world, and he kisses Trixie finally after multiple attempts of her trying to get him to kiss her, but things always happen. They finally get to kiss at the end, and it's cute and adorable. And they never get to realize who Racer X truly is because he doesn't want them to know. And
well, they were waiting for the sequel.
That never happened, I'm assuming. I don't remember it coming out. Yeah, but if you want to see Christina Ricci and more great things, watch her in Yellow Jackets. Boy, she is good in that TV series.
What? No, what?
I was just saying. I mean, we're talking like.
Okay.
Okay, that's the synopsis of Speed Racer, guys.
That was pretty good. That was a pretty good, quick synopsis. All right.
Quick, yes.
This movie was really fun. It was definitely. It's one of those movies that was artsy. You could tell it's on a green screen, but a lot of love and care went to the shots. A lot of work went into these shots. Sure, if you take a step back, it looks like a Hot Wheels commercial from the 90s. Remember when they started using the computer graphics? And the bad guys, especially the mobsters, remind you of like the Dick Tracy, not the comic, but the movie, right? With oh my God, with Warren Buffett. Not Warren Buffett. Come on, Amanda. Not Kate Beckinsale. Oh my God.
What movie are we talking about?
Dick Tracy.
Oh, with Madonna?
Okay, who is playing Dick Tracy?
Oh, Warren Beatty.
I said Warren Buffett.
No, it's Warren Beatty.
Beatty. Okay. I thought you said Warren Beatty. Okay,
what is it? Bull Durham? Is that no, not Bull Durham. What's that movie he was in? They did the song "Ghetto Superstar." Was in the soundtrack.
Bull. It was where he was running for.
Yeah, that movie. Yeah.
This is how Amanda and I get lost in our reviews because now we're talking about a completely different movie, and now that song is going to remind me of something else.
but that's a great song for a
It's a
great
good
time. They
song.
don't
It's a
do
bad
that a lot
movie.
anymore.
It's a bad
Yeah.
movie, but it's a good song.
Yeah,
No,
good
so
song.
the bad guys are very comical and cartoony, almost like the Dick Tracy characters.
Okay.
And the special effects, oh my God, everything looked like it was filmed on a green screen. But is there anything wrong with that? Because I like Sin City, the first one. I was
Yeah,
a big fan of Sin City, and that was all filmed on a green screen,
true.
and it worked. It was very, it's artistically pleasing. And I thought so was Speed Racer, but in a cartoony way.
Yeah.
But it worked for me because I'm a fan of anime. I mean, from everything, the swipes, right? Like from the swipes of
Oh,
somebody
yeah.
walking into a scene, somebody talking over somebody, and then it swipes into the other characters that
Mhm.
are racing. Just so well put together. That was awesome. It was like a walking comic book.
Yes.
How did I not like this movie more? Or why did I buy I own it on Blu-ray, actually. I just never got around to watching it again. I've only seen it one time. This is the second time I've seen it.
Dang.
But I really enjoyed it. I will say it's got some issues though. It's not perfect.
Yeah.
But I wanted to talk about the things like the colors, the lighting. Oh my gosh, yes, the lighting was that blast that keeps me talking about
It
the light.
keeps you
It
on
was good
color.
though, like especially when the cars, the headlights, and all that. Um, I don't know, it just worked for me. What about you? What did you like about it? And then we can talk about the things that we didn't like.
Yeah, no, there are definitely aspects of
Oh, wait, let me answer this really quick.
yeah.
Fraction or JMS store? Oh my gosh, JMS by hundreds of miles. Fraction Thor, not so good. I'm not a fan, but there are people that like it, and as a completist, I've had to read it. But that's J. Michael Straczynski. Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Amanda? What worked for you in this movie?
So there was some of the imagery that did work for me. I mean, I liked some of the like when they're racing, and you could see in some of the racing and stuff a lot of stuff that will later be influenced by it in terms of like choreography of how they race and the cars roll over each other, things like that. There is a lot of stuff that I would aim to say franchises like Fast and Furious could have taken cue from in their later movies when technology was further along to really get that perfect with CGI. I also, obviously, I think the acting in this film for what the writing required of it, they did what they were supposed to do for the writing. Because it definitely, like, there's a certain, like, kind of style to the dialogue that is very, I think, probably close to, like, what the anime dialogue and stuff would sound like. I didn't watch that, so I don't know. But it gives you that, there's, like, a certain, like, retro feel to the way they talk and the way the dialogue is presented that does make it interesting to listen to, because it's not just told. It's the way they speak and stuff is a little bit different if you're just having like you and me talking. And I think that's on purpose because it's part of the atmosphere of the film and the cinematography of the film. So I think that's very important, the dialogue and the way that it's spoken. But yeah, I mean, there's definitely like parts of it I did like, particularly during the racing scenes, I thought were pretty solid. I did like some of the racing scenes in it, and the acting and the colors, it could be a little bit overwhelming at times, but I did like what they were trying to do with the world. You know what I mean? Like there's just something about it that it was very eye-popping. Again, though parts of it did remind me of like Shark Boy and Lava Girl. And I don't know why I couldn't get that out of my head.
Well, because you can tell, right?
Yeah.
Like, parts of it haven't aged well. And I think about stylistic movies like this that were just trying to stand out.
Yes.
And what would have happened had Iron Man or The Dark Knight not been released the same year if we had gone down this route for comic book movies at some point. Which honestly, we kind of did later on whenever you see the MCU movies standing in front of a green screen. But go ahead. What else did you enjoy?
No, but yeah, Blas asking for like the Mach 6. Yeah, I like the Mach 6, and I like Emil Hirsch. he was great in it.
Yeah, he was goofy enough. Like he played it.
Yeah, goofy enough, and he was easy to look at. So I appreciated that.
There's certain actors that can play that role. Like,
yes,
I remember when what's his name? Daniel Craig was cast as Bond. I remember thinking, I think this guy is too good looking to play Bond. And I'll tell you why. Like, if you watch Bond, like with Sean Connery, or any of the older films with like Roger Moore, there's this certain, like, they're good looking dudes, right? But there's also this certain thing about Bond that he's almost a little too, not goofy, but like borderline good looking, charming, suave, but also like cheesy. And if you're too good looking, you can't pull it off. And I thought Daniel Craig was one of those dudes. I was like, oh man, I think this dude is too good looking to play Bond. And I think that was probably part of the problem with finding somebody to play Speed, because first of all, your name is Speed. You're playing a character named Speed. You have to know what you're in for here. And if you find somebody like him, so it's weird to say, but yeah, you could almost cast somebody the wrong way because they're too good looking to play this character that knows they're hokey. And I thought he did a good job. He was good at it.
He's just the right
Trixie was great, but who steals the show for me though is
John Goodman.
John Goodman. Oh my God, his Pops was so good, man. And he was a good character. Like, not just like his speeches were good, his deliveries were good. The moments that he had with his son, not losing this one because of what happened to Rex.
Yeah.
Loved it, man. He was great in this. Like,
yeah.
Sucks that we didn't get a sequel.
Yeah. I said, when does John Goodman not stand out? I feel like he does. Typically in a lot of the films that he's in, he tends to be
he's been in some bad movies. I'm
pretty sure he has been, but
but he's great. He's great.
Yeah, he is great. And Susan Sarandon always is good. She knows how to play these types of characters.
When it's revealed, like the zoom in on his like bracelet, because it was like he was a wrestler. That was so awesome. They were doing so many things like that.
And then like, whoop, I'm about to get my ass kicked.
All right. So the music was fun. Because they are playing Speed Racer's theme throughout it. Even the remix at the end I could stomach. Because there was a throwback to the original Japanese, and I thought that was pretty cool. The cameos were great from the voice actors that were around at the time. Susan Sarandon, sure. She's all right. Christina Ricci is easy on the eyes. My goodness, she looked great in this movie. Yeah, kicking ass too. You know what? The choreography and when Sweet Mimosa just mentioned, that was awesome. When the ninja breaks into the room and tries to get the character, that was done really well. I was like, wow, better choreography in this one scene than all of Echo. Not throwing shade at Echo, but
if you had to give an example, and that's
okay, it's not as bad as Iron Fist. Okay.
Oh God.
But let's stay on target. But it's not all good, right? There was some bad, and part of the bad for me was the length of the movie. I think we could have done without one race. I think the first race at the beginning was very important because in that race, you get to find what kind of character Speed is, right? He's about to beat his brother's record. And through a series of flashbacks, you get that beautiful moment of like, oh, what happened to his brother? You're trying to find out. We cut back to him racing a ghost, and turns out that his brother died, and he slows down not to beat his brother's record. And that's that was a beautiful moment that says a lot about the character without saying things, right? It's just showing you what kind of character he is. And I love that in movies. So they did a really good job with that. But I think cutting one of the races would have helped. Maybe cutting some of the subplot, because it looked like they were trying to put in too much in here.
Yes, that was my biggest issue with the film, because, like I said, clearly it's weird because there's two movies here. One that it's trying to play to adults, because let's face it, the idea of this big company and there's these sub things going on underneath with these sponsorships and corruption that adults can really understand and, gravitate towards. But then you have the kid and the monkey and those interludes that take up time in the film. That's true. There is no better agent. And the plot's a little bit convoluted. So I think that's where, when I looked, I did so this got a 42% from critics on Rotten Tomatoes, and I looked at some the reviews,
What
and
was the problem?
So a lot of people, some people did not like the visual effects. They thought it was just just vomiting of color and
like
stuff.
when it came out or now? I don't know how reviews on Rotten Tomatoes work. Can anybody go and review it at any point?
Yes, the ones huh?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so these are I'm looking at the ones from 2008. Those are the ones I'm looking at. But then others were just saying again that there's too much going on in the film. And I think that has to do with the plot. It is a bit convoluted what they're trying to do. And then you have to mix in funny sequences. And I think that's where you can start to lose an audience. Especially an older audience who's not oh, look at that kid on screen with the Chim Chim. How funny is he? Which I did not find that interesting as an adult. Maybe if I was a young child, but I was also not a young child in 2008. So there you go.
Wow. Okay. So I think, part of the length is the issue for me. I think it would have been a better movie had a tighter edit and cut,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have a problem with the visuals. I mean,
it's definitely green screen. I mean, there's no doubt about it.
And you're right. If you look at it and dissect it, it does look like Shark Boy and Lava Girl or whatever, but then any MCU movie kind of looks like that too. Just pick one out randomly. And I think the plot could have been condensed more too, like you said. I think I can kind of see that. I think there was just too much going into this movie, and it was a good movie, but I think they had too many things happening at that they were trying to do at the same time. The corporation, the other driver, the mystery of Racer X. It's not a perfect movie, but it was a fun movie. I really enjoyed it this time around.
Yeah.
I didn't have big. I don't think they said it's like visual vomit. Wow.
Yeah.
See, that's the problem because, or at least that's my problem with reviewers like that, because while it may look like visual vomit to people, I think it was masterfully fully crafted because there were things that were happening on that last effing moment, dude. That last race was amazing because there's a flashback to him being a kid racing, to get to the end, and all the throwbacks to the cartoon aside, it was an intense race. It was so good. I think I got goosebumps this time around when he was racing, and you had him because maybe it was me because I did grow up watching the cartoon, but what kid did not want to be in the Mach 5 and the Mach 6 in this version? But what kid did not want the Mach 5 as their car? I actually call my crappy car, my first car, the Mach 5, and my brothers made fun of me because it was a piece of junk. But you have to name your vehicle. It's bad luck if you don't name your vehicle, and mine was the Mach 5. I loved it. Speed looked better than the Halo series. And for the time Speed Racer came out, the VFX was pretty good.
It was. I mean, what they were doing with it, it's full green screen CGI. That's hard. That was hard to do in 2008. When did Avatar: The Last Airbender, or when did Avatar come out? 2009.
Yeah, but that's also James Cameron.
Yeah, that's different. Yeah, that's true. That's
James Cameron. Was making technology just so he can make his movie.
Yeah, the same man who went and put a lot of money into finding the Titanic. So he knew, he kind of had.
Yeah. That's the way, dude. I love the last race. The last race was freaking awesome. And him as a kid, talking to his dad, and his dad talking about why he didn't give up. It was wonderful. How's it going, Dom? I hope you're doing well, buddy.
Yeah, but I think that the biggest issues are what you said. It's this length, and it's just they needed some editing, not just scenes, but also probably the plot needed to be edited a little bit more, made it a little bit tighter, a little bit easier to follow. Not that I'm saying it wasn't easy to follow, but like I told you earlier, I was having to watch it in spurts because of work, And it was like, you definitely like, yeah, it's not easy to pick right back up, right? Because there's a lot of stuff going on screen that can kind of detract from understanding what's going on. So yeah. But for kids, the visuals would be, I mean, very fascinating. Though neither one of my kids seem to want to sit and watch it, which I was very disappointed with.
It's hard to get a kid to sit down 2 hours at home when they have an iPad and an iPhone that has better graphics and video these days than Speed Racer. It's almost like you have to make them sit there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad we revisited this one. I'm glad people voted for it because I had only seen it back in 2008, and this was a nice. I don't know. I think it's a movie I kind of want to watch again. It was fun, and I liked it. It had a lot of heart and a lot of good acting. I can totally see why it didn't succeed, though, and you can blame the MCU and dark, gritty superhero movies of the time. Because this was no Matrix. And if you went into this thinking, oh my gosh, it's going to be the Matrix. Yeah. You were going to be disappointed, unfortunately.
Yeah. And it's hard when you look at who it was.
The VFX is better than Love and Thunder. At points, yes. I agree.
Yes.
At
points, I think Quantumanium is a better example because I think,
no. Love and Thunder had that kid's head. Like,
oh god!
In the theater, I laughed, and Melanie like hit me, and I'm like, "What? That's awful!" Like, because I was sitting next to my wife, I was like, I was not having it. I was not happy when we walked out of that movie theater. Okay, is there something else we haven't touched upon? So I'm trying to think of like, okay, we talked about the Easter eggs, we talked about the things we liked, we talked about the things that.
Well, here you didn't talk like so. I've never seen the anime, but in your like, so how does it since I've never seen it, how does it stack up against like as an adaptation of the original source material? Like, obviously, you know how I feel about Airbender. They missed the boat on so many things of what made that series great. So does this kind of live up to that as an adaptation? Did they,
yeah,
or in your mind?
So I'm never one of these people that's like, it has to be adapted. It has to be true to the. I think if you're able to capture the heart and soul of what makes a series great, that's what's important to me, and I think they did in this. It was really good. There were really good touching moments, and the shots are straight out of an anime or a manga or a comic book. Like ridiculous colors everywhere and the shadowy figure and oh man, it's good. Loved it. It was good.
Are there any major differences from this to like the series?
Oh, of course. I mean, you're talking about a series from the 60s, right? So I mean, you didn't have as much color then. But even the joke, like the hokey little, this is what I meant by casting somebody like Emil. When he comes out of his car, he jumps out of his car and he slides. That's what Speed does, like in the intro. And when he wins a race, he slides out. And I'm like, it worked. That worked. It's good. I liked it. Definitely recommend it. I'm trying to think of anything else that I wanted to add because I think we've been over everything, all the things that worked and didn't work. Compared to the anime, sure, yeah, it reminded me of that childhood anime. Even the way you pointed it out,
the
way they talk,
at
times it almost feels like it's a dub over the Japanese dub. It's like an English dub on top of the Japanese dub sometimes.
Oh, okay.
But it's on purpose, right? Like everything that happens in this movie happens on purpose. It's not a flub. Like it's not like they did it on a mistake or anything. That's why I really appreciated this movie. But yeah, besides the length of the movie, the plot, and no Chim Chim and what's his face. Oh, that scene was. You said cringe earlier. Were we talking about cringe? That was a little cringy to me.
Oh, when
they're driving around in that little car and they're just hitting people, and I'm like,
that's the stuff they should have cut. But
two scenes ago, we just had a beat down by that Japanese guy, And now we're doing that.
And maybe that's why.
Who's picking on Flash? Y'all leave Flash alone.
Richard, he's the one who said that the VFX is better than Flash. Yes, Uncanny Valley.
Okay, no, wait, who said that? Richard. What do you mean better? By M. Night Shyamalan.
I know, Richard. We all like some.
I haven't even seen that stupid movie. I've never seen Avatar or whatever the hell it's called.
See, I feel like that's just a travesty. You should at least have to sit through it so that you can really appreciate what Netflix is about to do.
Look, well, I'm sure I'll appreciate. I like the original cartoon. Okay. Amanda and anybody else that has watched Speed Racer, what would you give this out of 10, Amanda?
I think I would give this a 6.5 out of 10.
6.5 out of 10?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, it's like it's above average, but not necessarily. It has some problems that could be fixed that would make it an even better film.
7. I liked it.
Yeah.
I liked it. I thought it was good. I'll probably watch it again. I have it on Blu-ray. I don't know if there's a 4K, but I liked it. It was fun. And you guys need to review it for SEO when it comes out in a few weeks. Are you talking about the Last Airbender?
Talking about Last Airbender?
Because God bless.
I think Omar's trying not to have to review it. He's trying everything.
I don't like M. Night's movie that everybody else seems to love. I don't like Unbreakable. Unbreakable. Everybody loves that movie. People love Unbreakable. They're like, oh, it's a masterpiece. I remember that. Look, I've seen a lot of shitty movies, dude. And I've seen goddamn Space Truckers. And I still stayed for the whole movie. I almost walked out of Unbreakable going, what the hell? And people love it. And I get it. You know, if you love it, then more power to you. But now I'm like, there's no way Last Airbender is worse than Unbreakable. Like, it just sucks.
Yeah.
But I'll watch it. I knew I was going to get that. How can you not love it? I know people love it. I get it. I respect it.
I've never even seen Unbreakable.
Should I trust you now, Omar? You sure? Oh my God. I knew I shouldn't have said anything. Okay. If we suffered, you have to suffer with us.
That's true. I feel like we still need to watch this film.
We will. How about next time? I'll put it like next time we just when does Avatar come out?
The 22nd is when it drops.
Did we review Trolls 2 here?
Yes, we did.
That movie was awesome. Omar, I'm currently reading volume 1 of JMS's Spider-Man. I've reached issue 509. Oh, that's God bless you. No, God bless you.
Oh yeah, that's what I have. Jason and Walter Simonson.
Those are the 2 great runs.
Yeah,
Unbreakable real talk. Don't make me do that. Don't make me do that. No. You don't want to hear my thoughts.
That's a good idea.
You want to talk about people canceling me? People cancel me over my thoughts on Unbreakable. Nobody will trust my opinion anymore. If you didn't like Unbreakable, wonder how. Oh, don't get me started. Actually, dude. Let me tell you. I'm gonna tell you this. So my buddy Chris, who I trust, I love Chris to death. He works at DreamWorks now. He's got the similar taste in movies, but he knows how I feel about Unbreakable. So he watched Split and he texted me right out of Split. He was like, dude, you need to go and watch Split. You're going to love it. It's old M. Night. Like, and M. Night doing old school stuff. And I thought, all right, he knows how I feel about Unbreakable. I actually enjoyed Signs. Nobody else likes Signs. And of course, I like the Sixth Sense, right? So I'm like, okay, well, so Melanie and I didn't go to the theater, but we rented it. And I put on that movie and I thought it was okay. It's got Anna Taylor-Joy in it. She's great in it. And it's got
kind of help break her out too. That
what's his
that
name?
and the James McAvoy.
Yeah, he's phenomenal. Like phenomenal in that movie.
Such a great actor, underrated. I don't know why he hasn't been like.
I know, right? Like, I mean, there for a while he had a long streak of doing stuff.
Yeah, he really kills in a lot of his movies, like in a good way.
But at the very end of Unbreakable, like I'm like, okay, this was okay. I don't know what he means, like by going back to the roots. At the end of Split, is the cameo by Samuel L. Jackson.
Wow.
And I'm like, oh my God, that's what he meant. It's tying it to Unbreakable. Ah. So I haven't seen the third one in that trilogy.
You never watched Glass?
No.
Oh God, that is wait till you see what happens.
I don't need to see it. I mean, I will if you all vote for it, but
oh no, we're going to do an
it was
M. Night
Willis.
Shyamalan.
Yeah, it was that bad. I didn't even want to remember. It was Willis.
We already did The Happening, but we do have to do like an M. Night Shyamalan.
Oh, I forgot we did The Happening. Oh, that was awful.
What?
My man Phil Owens. Omar, you were right about Uncanny X-Men Omnibus Volume 1. You're right about Unwatchable. I mean, Unbreakable. My man.
No, we should do that because we did Happening, but there are other so for me, M. Night Shyamalan, my favorite film, and probably because my roommate liked it so much, was The Village. Because I'd also read a story, like a young adult novel that had a very, very similar premise, except it wasn't monsters. There's just people who decide to live outside of modern society in this 1600s pilgrim-esque type of, way. And then she has to go escape for whatever reason, and then finds out there's this whole other reality. But I like The Village, and
oh my God, an M. Night tier list. I didn't mind it.
You know what? That's even better. Let's do a tier list. But I have to watch.
Actually, that might not be bad. Cancel Omar. Oh, Plenty of Tribe.
Yes. Okay. I think an M. Night Shyamalan tier list would be a good idea. When's the next movie?
My brother had the best reaction to The Village. I've shared that on the channel before, where we leave The Village. We're done watching The Village. We're walking out of the theater, and I'm like, oh, that was all right. And he's like, I don't understand. Where's the twist? Manuel's asking me, where's the twist? I'm like, what do you mean, where's the twist? And he's like, where's the twist? I don't get it. And I'm like, they were living in modern times, the twist. And he's like, oh my God, dude, I thought they were Amish. He the whole time he thought they were Amish people living in modern times, so he didn't see the twist. And I was like, that's actually a lot better than the movie. That's funny.
Yeah, actually, I love that. Yeah. But it is crazy. I think about how I haven't seen Knock at the Cabin yet.
Devil. Oh my God, Devil. I had to call my mom. I don't want to spoil, in case people haven't seen it. There's a certain scene about your sandwich falling down and summoning the devil, and I'm like, that doesn't sound accurate. So I call my mom. I'm like, Mom, have you ever heard of this BS? And my mom was like, who is making up this stuff? And I'm like, it must not be a Peruvian thing. Fun fact about The Happening: the actor who plays the principal is the actor who played Logan's older son in Succession.
Jeremy Strong? Oh, was he in Happening? Oh, was he? Now I have to go back and check.
I don't need to find out that bad. I'm okay not knowing. That movie was awful.
But we got to review it, and wasn't that
we
fun?
Did. That was when was that? It was 4 years ago, maybe. We reviewed it 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah,
it's been a while. We've reviewed a lot of movies here.
We have, but we have not done an M. Night Shyamalan tier list, which I think is.
Nor do we ever need to.
It's hard because they're all. Honestly, there aren't a lot that I really. Besides, like I said, I like The Village. I did like Signs.
Okay. I actually liked. I thought Signs was okay. I liked Sixth Sense. I didn't have a problem with Lady in the Water. It was stupid, but I didn't have a problem with it.
I hadn't seen it. I haven't seen it yet. I do.
Old was a better comic book.
I like aspects of Servant, the TV series on Apple TV Plus. My husband's obsessed with it. Did we watch Salford?
Is that the one on Hulu?
Yes.
No, I haven't seen it yet. It's on my queue.
It's yes, Barry Keoghan. What an interesting performance. What an interesting movie. Not the plot that I was thinking it was going to, but when he's in the bathtub licking the.
Oh wait, I haven't seen it.
Okay. Oh, I
prefer The Village people to The Village.
Yeah.
Saltburn. We did review Brightburn on the channel.
We did review Brightburn on the channel. Yeah.
The Happening. Amanda gave it a 2 out of 10. Omar gave it a 1.
I give it a 2.
I gave it a 1.5. What the hell? Was the lighting good? Oh man, maybe it was Marky Mark talking to plants that just made me give it a half an extra point.
For me,
no, we're not trying to. Oh my god, we still have that GIF. We had that GIF forever on the channel.
I know. Why did we get rid of it? It was such a good gift.
Brightburn. Amanda gave it a 5.5. Amanda gives it like 5.5 more points than I do.
It came out 5 out of 10. It came out right around the time, or right after the time where James Gunn was.
What the hell does that mean? But yeah, you ask her about JMS and Mad Fraction. I'm out.
Yeah, it came out right around the time when he was like getting canceled by Marvel, and I remember like we went and watched it to support him, and it was just okay.
To support him, I think he's.
But now he's gonna make his actual Superman movie.
Speaking of
Richard, I know.
Richard, have any of you all? Let me ask you all something for real. This is for real. Anybody watching later can comment below. Have you all seen our video on casting the DCU by James Gunn? Because let me tell you, right now, it's insane how accurate I have been with the cast. It's amazing. Like I have gotten 0 wrong so far. I'm just that good. You got to be. Hold on. There's a certain phrase. You got to be in touch. I don't know what the hell she said to me. Something like that. It was ridiculous.
I did say something to you.
I need to. You gotta have a finger on the pulse of the movie industry.
Yeah.
What the hell? Yo, yes, I'm very happy about Millie Alcock.
And for those of you who have not seen our episode, what Omar's referring to is that I not only guessed right the actor who will be playing Superman, but also Lois, also Lex, and now Supergirl. So
yeah, somebody commented on that video just like yesterday going, oh my God, Amanda can see the future. And I'm like, what the hell? I haven't gotten any of them right. NMC, let's cast James Gunn, DC. Yeah, she's right. She's been right.
Who did you pick for? You picked Kieran Shipka because I went back and watched it. I was like, who did Omar pick? Because I had to help you pronounce.
Oh, the girl from Mad Men, the young girl.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she wasn't even on the table. She wasn't even on the table, man. You were like
Batman. That I don't remember.
I don't get it. You're losing your dramaturg
credibility. I feel like I'm gaining that.
She's gaining it back.
Yeah, but it's interesting about the Millie Alcock. So I don't know if anyone else has kind of recently read the news, but everyone knows the director Matthew Vaughn, right? Kingsman and all that stuff. Yeah. So he commented on this, and he said it's very weird that there should be casting for a movie that doesn't have a director yet, because the director should be involved in the casting, because there is no director as far as we know.
Is this his hint to saying he might be the director?
Is Matthew Vaughn saying that he's going to be the director? No. But is James Gunn? I didn't think James Gunn was going to be the director. I thought Superman Legacy was the only thing he was planning on really directing. Yeah. So it is. But I think she's going to, and if he's already cast her and everything's going to have continuity, that means she's probably going to show up in his movie, Superman Legacy. So therefore, he had to cast her.
Oh yeah, then you have to cast her. I don't know who's gonna direct it, but that would be interesting to see who ends up directing. And it'd be funny if it's Matthew, because he's been like he's throwing shade.
He's throwing shade at them.
I'm still waiting on that Matt, my ex Scarlet dude. I promised that both Peter and Oddfell are joining me tomorrow, and I will ask them. And if Riley comes in, I'll be happy to ask him on. You can ask him on the air. Did you see the new trailer to Let me tell you, I'm gonna stop right there, Blas, because there's only one Roadhouse, and it has Patrick Swayze, and that's it. It looks decent, but nothing beats the original. The original is one of the few movies too that has Chris Latta in a live action flick. And Chris Latta, for a lot of us nerds, was the voice of not just Starscream growing up, but also Cobra Commander. I believe James Gunn is going to end up directing it. That'd be interesting. Ryan Coogler didn't cast Chadwick Boseman, and that worked out.
Exactly. I mean, I don't know if the directors, maybe James Gunn, but I don't know how much the directors had in their choice of casting.
Who would you select to direct this movie? M. Night Shyamalan will direct it. Oh my God.
Argyle. I've heard some things about that movie. I really want to see it, but at the same time, maybe I'll go see it tomorrow.
See what?
Argyle. Oh, we still have to see Mean Girls though, so we can review that.
Okay, the reason I bring up Flash VFX because I don't like, of course, the baby scene. I don't think anybody
No
does.
one does.
I've never liked his VFX when he's running. Makari has better running VFX. The best running VFX to me is still what's his face from the Fox version of X-Men, Quicksilver. I really like the way that they did the running sequence there.
Wow.
I can't remember that kid's name.
The kid from what?
Peter. I almost said Peter Holmes, but I know that's not his name. Peter. He was in.
Oh, Evan Peters. You're
Ralph
talking about
Boner. That guy.
Evan
Yeah,
Peters.
Evan Peters.
I do like the way they depicted that.
Matthew Boner's still trying to get people to watch Argyll.
Argyle. What the heck? Do you not watch trailers?
No, what is that?
No,
what is Argyle?
Back in production?
Yes, Lada was awesome. Millie has like the perfect look for Car. Oh, she's got a pretty face. She's cute. She's a cute girl. 27 years ago today, the Star Wars Special Edition was released in theaters, and nothing was ever the same. Argyle's getting what is this? What is this movie, Amanda?
So okay, you've tried to see the trailer? It's very similar to like Lost City.
Oh,
so
it's the guy. It's what's his face, right? Superman.
Yeah, he plays Argyle, who is a like secret agent type character, and Bryce, for this book, Bryce Dallas Howard writes. And then she gets she has to.
Bryce Dallas Howard's in it though?
Secret agents because apparently she can predict the future.
Uh-huh.
And what's his name? Who from Charlie's Angels, 3 Billboards Outside.
Bill Murray.
Nope. What is his name? Come on.
I know you're not talking about creepy guy.
The one who always dances. Sam Rockwell. So Sam Rockwell, I think, is the real Argyle.
You went with Charlie's Angels for Sam. Okay.
Well, and then I said 3 Billboards. That Samuel L. Jackson's in it, and a cat. I don't know. The cat plays a prominent role in all the trailers. So they're trying to protect her from these people who want to find out what she knows. Apparently, she can predict the future. Not very much too dissimilar from The Lost City, starring Sandra Bullock and Channing Tatum, where Daniel Radcliffe's character.
Why is this movie getting hate then?
Apparently it's not that great, I guess.
Oh, it's already out? I'm sorry, you said trailer.
It comes out this Friday. It comes out this Friday. So that's why he's saying it comes out tomorrow because it's Thursday. So
okay. So I've only seen the poster. I have not seen the trailer. So the cast has got like Catherine O'Hara and Bryan Cranston. I mean, it's got some pretty big names here, or at least Samuel L. Jackson, John Cena.
Yeah.
Dua Lipa.
Yeah, I mean, that's an interesting cast. But Argyle was supposed to come out last year, but then they pushed it back because of the writers and actors strike. But it was supposed to come out last year because I think I remember putting it on my list when we were doing summer movies. And I was like, oh, I really want to see this movie. And then it never happened.
I do not care to. Not even the poster intrigued me. More likes redheads confirmed. My ex-wife was a redhead. I've seen the Argyll trailer before every damn movie since November.
Yes, exactly. It's like pretty much every movie has it.
Argyll is a director's buddies movie, like Adam Sandler stuff.
Oh, that makes sense.
Matthew Vaughn has said he believes that Deadpool 3 is going to save the MCU.
Well, he has a lot of hot takes. Speaking of Deadpool 3, so apparently on their Marvel's Japanese website, they post a synopsis on it, and it reads, "The irresponsible hero, Deadpool, will change the history of the MCU with Wolverine." That's the synopsis on the Japanese.
Yeah, but it's Deadpool. We're not going to take that seriously, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, Deadpool is never to be taken seriously. Everything will be taken out of continuity, I'm sure. Or we'll have, oh my God, I swear, if they make Deadpool the anchor of the MCU, I think that's worse than not knowing where you're going to go in the future, for movies. That says to me that there is no vision, and they're just kind of using this because they know it will do well, and people will go see it. I don't know.
I don't have hope that it's gonna. Yeah.
Deadpool 3 synopsis basically says Wolverine is tagging along, and the MCU is him time traveling through the multiverses. Oh my gosh, multiverses. Not that he's using Logan to warp the MCU timeline. Yeah, I don't think it would. It would surprise the hell out of me if it's this movie that they do something like that. I would love Matthew Vaughn to direct another Marvel movie or even a DCU movie. Maybe he's directing Supergirl. Remember when Deadpool was a hot character? Isn't the rumor that he'll destroy the Fox mutant verse? Sure, I'm okay with that. I mean, if you're gonna go out,
he did that when he shot him in the head. I don't remember what happened.
No, we're not gonna get Daniel Radcliffe as Wolverine. That's not gonna happen.
No, we may get Daniel Radcliffe.
Oh my god!
I'm just saying, don't hold your breath on that because he's a hot.
Never call the X-Men movie
I
the
think
mutants.
he would be willing to do it.
There is an interesting little history behind this. Adorable Brent Hogan. Stan Lee wanted to call it the Mutants. He never wanted to call it X-Men. He thought X-Men was pretty generic, but everybody else hated the title The Mutants. So interesting enough, years later, whenever they did the Age of Apocalypse storyline in the comic books, they were going to change the titles of Uncanny X-Men and Adjectiveless X-Men to The Mutants and Uncanny Mutants. And even then in the 90s, they thought, probably not. That's a little too confusing. Let's just change it to like Astonishing X-Men and Amazing X-Men. So there's a little bit of history behind the Mutants title. It's something that Stan Lee always liked. And eventually we got a title called the Brotherhood at one time, and then Mutant X, of course. I did see Archly trailer twice before The Killer of the Flower. I haven't seen that yet.
Twice in The Killers of the Flower Moon? Or just you saw? I saw it many times. It's been on many of the films we have watched. I think before Aquaman, before Godzilla -1, which apparently is back in theaters, but all in black and white.
Oh, there's Godzilla -1 plus Morbius in color too coming out.
You said plus Morbius in color?
Yeah. You think I'm kidding?
No, I maybe, but because it's in the top 10.
Check your phone.
Okay, what?
Not the sidetrack, but that TikTok today was very interesting. Did Tina put one of our TikToks up? Oh, good. Which one did she put up?
What is that?
Oh, the shrink wrap one. Yeah. I don't know if there's any science behind that or not. Dictated they couldn't use the word mutant at all. That's right. That's exactly what happens. He loved the idea of calling it the Mutants. Just so vague. The trailer. I finally saw Godzilla -1.
Oh, I've seen it so many times.
So good. Godzilla -1.
I tried as well, Matt. It was fantastic.
Have you seen the trailer of the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare? No. What is that?
That sounds so fun.
What's the one that people are calling the John Wick in India?
Oh, the Dev Patel one produced by Jordan Peele that I showed you.
That movie looks awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
I want to see that movie so badly. I love Dev Patel. And for me, one of the few redeeming things of The Last Airbender, I know we keep bringing it up.
You bring that up. Like I feel like I need to go and see this stupid movie.
Because he plays Zuko in it. And the one redeeming thing, because he's a great actor.
Zuko? That was a choice.
Zuko's my favorite character. I have like several. Zuko is my man. I love Zuko. I'd write many a fan fiction about him. Anyways, he was really good in Green Knight. He was obviously good in Slumdog Millionaire.
Great in Green Knight.
Yes,
I liked it. Yeah, I'm excited for that movie.
It's just I need him to like break out and like really get some more high profile stuff and get nominated for stuff because he's a really good actor.
I don't think I've ever had this question asked. But yes, I am a fan of The Doors.
I guess so.
Mainly because of Lost Boys, though. I'm glad Kevin Feige has got. You're not a fan of Lost Boys?
No, of The Doors because of an ex-boyfriend.
Oh, yeah. That can happen.
Especially not along the Watchtower.
I'm glad Kevin Feige has gotten time to catch up and see all the things that have been happening when he didn't have time to keep an eye on everything.
Right?
It's that quality control. Saw Godzilla -1 black and white. Yeah, I didn't go back to the theater to go and watch it in black and white.
Neither did
I hope the 4K or Blu-ray comes out in both versions. Glad Lee never did. It sucks, and people would then take it as woke thing because of men instead of Lee's argument. Double check. Oh, absolutely they would. Not knowing the history of where the idea came from. My car got towed the other day, and I had to put my paycheck towards getting that back. So I'm pretty upset. The omnibus is still far away from my grasp. I think it will be okay. I see a lot of places still have it. Just where do you live, Silhouetted Animator? Also, no idea what's going on, but we need Brother Peach Pie movie from Marvel. No, I don't think so. Guy Ritchie's new movie, the new Jordan Peele. Oh, that's what we're talking about. You guys should do a review of the 2021 film adaptation of Dune. I love that movie. It's good.
Yeah. Took me a while to actually properly sit down and watch that movie, but I did finally see it.
It's a good movie.
It is.
Zula for me. The Ministry of
I see that.
Awesome. Now I gotta go and check that. I could rewatch Avatar. The TV show?
The TV show.
I hope the TV show is more like One Piece TV live action show and not the Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah.
Although I've never seen Ghost in the Shell.
I mean, when you look at the trailer for it, I mean, as soon as I saw Appa, I was like, oh, this is...
You know about Ghost in the Shell?
No, I'm talking about the Avatar: The Last Airbender live action on Netflix. As soon as I saw Appa and Momo, I was like, this is... And the cast, like just the characters. I do know that I had very recently, they said they're going to tone down Sokka, his sexism. But I mean, he was a young teenage boy.
Dude, they did the same thing with Sanji, and
it was fine. Yeah, I mean, it's, as long as they don't make it.
Sanji, if you were to take Sanji from the manga and anime and make him into a lot, he would be a creep.
Well, it's the same thing if you made Gurren Lagann into a live action. All her boobs hanging out.
That's what I'm saying. There are things that don't translate well to live action, and so things like that. Yeah, I saw that article, and I'm like, of course you are. Because it's a live action. Like,
yeah, you can't make it
do that. Animated characters can get away with, I guess, being perverts. Madam Web looks pretty good to me, at least from the trailer.
Whoa, Twisted Kister. Did everyone watch Dakota Johnson on SNL this past weekend? Wow.
No. Why?
No, I was saying,
was she looking good?
Well, I mean, she's a very pretty girl. But
I'll only go back to the theater for Madam Web.
Oh, he's going to see Madam Web in theaters.
When does that come out? It better not be coming out in my birthday month.
I don't know about Brave New World, but we did see in where the Thunderbolts, they lost Io from the Bear. I don't
care. Like that stuff, like this movie doesn't even it's not started filming, so I don't even know why they're like talking about.
I don't know either. So they've already recast her.
We lost this actress. When you texted me, I'm like, who's she playing? And you were like, an uncredited role, and I'm like, oh, that's my favorite Thunderbolt. That sucks. Who cares?
Why do we need to know that until she's cast?
Nobody should know that. That's I guess news was slow that day. Nobody likes the Green Knight. People were disappointed with that film, and it made me not go see it. I actually dug it. I thought it was pretty good.
I thought it had good reviews.
Honestly, I didn't dig it as much as I thought I would.
Because it was definitely trippy. It was. I mean, I like the Green Knight, the original, right? Yeah, but it was
B2, Josh.
Trippy.
Texas is full of greedy jerks. I'm so sorry, Silhouetted.
I don't know. I mean, so it's funny because critics gave it 89%, but yet audiences clearly there's a disconnect because the audience gave it 50%.
Charles, I was fascinated by the Green Knight. I think I had it. What was the movie with Matt Damon and Ben Affleck?
That was The Last Duel.
That movie was amazing.
That was a really good movie. That was not as trippy as this. That was very straightforward.
No, this is a different movie, but I actually enjoy that movie more. Alan Richson is also in the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare.
That is a long title to type out.
You get tired of typing it. From now on, just type it as UW or MUW. I saw parts of Ghost of the Shell when I worked in a movie theater. I'm not joking. They ruined so many shots.
Dang.
I don't know. I've never seen it. It's too long for a movie title.
Yeah.
Yes. Golden Boy live action. Somebody, dude, a random friend just like texted me the other day. No, it was my cousin. It was Adam. And he used the Golden Boy gif. And I was like, do you know who that is? And he was like, nope.
Oh my gosh.
So I guess his sex is like a lot of the adult animators from
No, not nearly as much. Yeah, I mean, because he can't be, because it was still Nickelodeon. I mean, it was still on Nickelodeon. Though, I mean, to be fair, they also had like Ren and Stimpy and stuff. So I say that with a grain of salt.
And Captain America 4 comes out next year.
Yeah.
Green Knight was the bomb diggity. Madam Web. Oh my God. Next week? Is it next week? When is Valentine's Day? Yo.
No, 2 weeks.
Wait. That's dude, that's Wednesday the 14th. Yeah, that's Lent, man. I gave up shitty movies for Lent.
We did not give up because then we would be out of it. We would be like
we'd be out of a job.
How long is Lent? 2 months. We'd be out of the job for 2 months.
40 days. Louis Pullman looks more like the character. Regarding Green Knight, the last act with him being a jerkwad king was harrowing. Do you guys have a video on reading the Order of Fall of X? No, not yet. Not all the trades are out. Once all the trades are out, I'll be doing that. Golden Boy's nasty. I love Golden Boy. My wife and I love that OVAs. There's only 6 of them. Now, the manga got X-rated, but the OVAs were fine. Medea Web. I don't think I'd watch that mashup.
No, but we will be. Can we say good?
What is our schedule for that?
That's a great question. I know. So yeah, obviously the week of the when Madam Web comes out, we won't be doing a show on the 14th because it is a Wednesday. It's also Valentine's Day, and I've got a date with Jay Alexander's and some good steak. But we will be going to see Madam Web and then doing a show on Friday to review that film. Next week is, what are we doing next week? We talked about this.
I don't know. I'm just a co-host.
I know. Well, we had to talk about it, and I don't remember what we're going to do, but we will be doing something next week. I just don't know, on Wednesday. And then the week after that, Avatar: The Last Airbender comes out, but we also have to review.
Adrian, be good, buddy.
Yes. Have a good night. There's a couple things we do have to review that we have been watching that will be ending at some point. First, True Detective season 3. If you've not been watching that, guys, you should watch it.
Really good. It's really good. It's up there with season 1 and 3.
And then Masters of the Air on Apple TV Plus. Also has Barry Keoghan in it and Elvis or Austin Butler. Also, you should watch that. It has 9 episodes. They just aired the first 2 this weekend. And it's weekly. It's once a week.
Look at you, Leo. I'm going to give up personal electronics for Lent, but I'm still going to watch Dune Part 2 when it comes out in theater. Good for you, man.
Hey, we should do an M. Night Shyamalan Tearmaker, just so I have a chance to shit on Avatar: The Last Airbender some more.
Just to find out how many movies by M. Night you actually love, and I refuse to watch. Did you also see the Ghostbusters Frozen Empire International trailer? I haven't seen. This week's been pretty busy for me. Did it drop this week? Because I haven't seen it. Gerard Butler is Vandal Savage in the DC. Oh yeah, I can see that.
Oh, 100%.
Did you wait? You already asked that. Sorry.
I still can't get over the fact that they're doing a live action How to Train Your Dragon, and he's going to play the
same character.
Yeah, he's still going to play. Yeah.
What's the point?
I don't know
why the point of these movies that are live action versions. Dude, I mean, and this is a god honest question. Are these movies making bank for companies? Because it's not about renewing IPs, right?
No, I mean,
it can't be about that. But
no.
I mean, has any of these movies, has Beauty and the Beast, Lion King, Aladdin, Little Mermaid, have these movies made Disney so much money that they keep making, keep redoing their
the problem is Lion King and Beauty and the Beast did make a good amount of money. It's everything that's followed since those 2 films. that have not made. And I think
Have they announced? Have they announced Princess and the Frog? Are they doing that? Is that the other one they were? I think somebody was telling me about these.
Yeah, they might be, but I think the problem is, I mean, and those two were fairly similar to the original animated movies, minus there was no, well, no, there were songs. It was just not as enjoyable watching Lion King live action as it was watching the
Oh,
cute.
hold on, that was the other one. You remember me and you fighting? Where's Shonda Sung?
There's
Hashtag release the Mushu cut.
Did you say the Rock? Yeah, they are doing a live action Moana. That's how the Rock is getting desperate, because people are starting to realize that he is just a one note actor who can only do a certain thing. Not like John Cena. John Cena's got some range. There is a movie that John Cena has coming out, and he plays like a best friend to, oh God, who are the two other actors? And
Paul Rudd.
No, younger actors.
Tom Holland.
Not Tom Holland. I don't know what he's doing. But he's pretty funny in it. And it reminded me, Ricky Stenicki, Zac Efron, that's a younger actor, Zac Efron. He's like a friend of Zac Efron, and he calls himself Ricky Stenicki, but it's not his real name. And he just causes chaos in these people's lives. But it looks funny. If you see the trailer, it looks adorable. But it also, to my point, makes me feel like John Cena is the better wrestler actor out of the two. I don't know, Leo. I don't want to see a live action Toothless. I have no desire to see that. It's a cute little animated creature. I don't need to see it in live action.
It was good, and it was a good movie. I liked all.
And the voice cast was good. Yeah, 3. Oh, the last one had me in tears. Like, I can't even listening.
I remember when didn't we review that on Reelz Talk?
I don't know.
We reviewed one of them. Yeah, I think this might be the problem here. The Rock can act better. He's just about his brand. I think he's got a little. I mean, we've seen him do comedy, right? And we've seen him be the stereotypical people's Rock. But yeah, I don't know. Give him some time. He could be.
Give him some time. He's in the industry for a long.
Look,
since Scorpion King. I mean, that's a long time.
I'm gonna stand by my statement. Keanu Reeves is not that great of an actor, guys, and he kills it. And I think he's a wonderful human being, and I love the John Wick movies, and I think he's dedicated to it. But very much like The Rock, Keanu Reeves doesn't have much range.
That's true.
And oh my God, I've had a lot of thoughts today between that and not loving Unbreakable. I'm sure I'm going to have
Dracula is enough for me to know that he does not have range.
The line in The Matrix that always gets me is why is this happening to me? Just the delivery of that line gets me every time. It's like he never left Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, or what's it called? The surf movie that they oh my God, I think they remade that one too. Where he played an undercover cop. Oh my God, what the hell was that movie? Not Surf Sup. Point Break. It's like he never left Point Break or Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. What was the one where it was set in Argentina? That I'm like, what are we doing? Are we even looking at actors? Are we just gonna cast Keanu Reeves and everything? Come on.
That's
yeah, I knew I was gonna get this. And Dave Bautista got better with time. I think so. Yeah,
he has. I mean, he's one of those two. I think agreed.
Jason Statham can act better. The Bank Job was his best acting role. Since then, I think he gets stereotyped or stereocasted into these like same roles over and over to cancel Omar. Yeah, kind of figured that was coming. Well, it helps that Keanu Reeves doesn't have a lot of lines in John Wick, and maybe that's why. But the dude is dedicated. Like he does martial arts. He's got gun training. Like he's great when it comes to that, right?
Hey, did you finally get to see the last one that had come out?
Which one? The last what?
The last John Wick 4. Because remember, you never had seen it in theaters.
Yeah, because we watched it on Amazon, I think, or whatever it was on. Yeah, I put it in my top 10.
he doesn't have a lot of lines in that film.
Well, he never has any lines in the movies.
He said like 10 lines in the whole. Yeah, I think so.
Point Break. Also, Keanu loves animals, so right. It's like
Yeah, he's a good guy. So he doesn't have an
Look.
ego like other people.
Like Brandon Fraser, it took him what decades to get something, right? I mean, he had to leave Hollywood, and I don't blame him, and came back.
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves in The Gift as an Arkansas redneck was terrific. I know you guys like that character, and he nailed it. Oh man, the Dracula movie, yeah, that
was a rough one. That's just
Keanu was in a really obscure, wacky comedy in the 90s called Freaked. I remember Freaked. He was the Wolfman character, and he acted great. When he did comedy, I think he had a presence to him.
Yeah, I think so too.
The Rock as Charles Xavier.
No.
Why would we do that? Keanu Reeves is a cool person. I've never met him. I've only seen videos, and he seems like a really cool dude. He's got a really sad story. Seems like a humbled human being.
Yeah.
And nobody ever speaks ill of him. I love the way he takes pictures with fans because he's like, I ain't gonna get canceled. So he doesn't even touch them. He just puts his arm like hovering around them. It's awesome. Like I never seen them do that. Like he's like, I'm not gonna get canceled. Screw that. Maybe The Rock can team up with Brendan Fraser and make a new mum. Oh, I would be all over that. But I don't know if Brandon can do it, right? Like part of the reason why he had to leave Hollywood too was because his body was just so destroyed after that third Mummy movie. Oh, what was the movie where he played a Walk in the Clouds? Is that it? Where he played a doctor? Is there Walk in the Clouds?
Yes, I think so. It's not The Lake House. It's yeah.
No, the Lake House was the time travel.
Well, yeah, where the letters in the mail, and then
Kate Beckinsale. Who was that in? Or no, Sandra Bullock. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Have y'all seen I haven't seen The Beekeeper.
Not yet, but it did beat out apparently Mean Girls at the box office.
The Beekeeper with Jason Statham. Also, Keanu took his name off of the movie Freak and doesn't like to discuss it. This is interesting. If you find the credits, he's uncredited in the film. Brandon died 13 seconds during the first Mummy movie. Like, you mean physically? Like he got beat up? I just know it destroyed his body.
Yeah, for sure.
Mean Girls took its spot back from The Beekeeper.
Okay, it did. Okay, I thought.
How are we keeping up with all this stuff?
It's important. Yeah, so next week, I don't know. I don't remember what we're planning on doing. So I know we talked about it.
You had a calendar. Is it in my calendar?
Did I put it in the calendar? I didn't think I put it on the calendar yet.
Reelz talk on February 25th is what I have on the calendar.
Okay, that's all.
That's a Sunday.
Well, no, we were going to do that for Avatar because I can't do.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'll be busy. Yeah.
Valentine's Day is next Wednesday. Or no, that's the following Wednesday. We may need to reschedule that. It's also
remember.
Wait, go ahead.
Yeah, we're good. Wait, are you talking about the 14th?
Yeah. What are we doing?
Nothing, because it's Valentine's Day. We're gonna do Madam Web that Friday.
That's it. I need to write that down then. Okay.
Yes.
So we don't know what we're doing next week. A Walk to Remember. He had a vineyard or something. Walk to Remember was the movie I was thinking about with Jason Scott earlier with Mandy Moore. Walk in the Clouds, I think, is the one where he had the vineyard. Finally saw Mean Girls. Can't wait for Omar to review it. When is that happening? I actually like the Mean Girls movie, though. I don't know about the musical. During the hanging scene, they didn't do it right, and he was declared dead. Oh, when they were hanging. Michael J. Fox had the same issue in Back to the Future 3. They almost killed him. Dude, Critters was awesome. I don't know where this came from, but I love Critters. And Critters 2 was good, too, because they had that. Remember that scene where she was mimicking? Have you seen Critters 2? Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't know.
Oh. They saw anyway.
There's certain movies that probably just were not in my radar for a lot of reasons, mainly because.
When is your live stream with Taylor for the Marvel reprint list? I'm definitely going to be there to listen on that. Oh gosh, he wants to do a live one, and I don't know. It's a lot. It's going to be a long stream. I don't know. I have to announce the last reprint yet, and I haven't decided if I'm going to do that this Sunday or the following Sunday. And I knew I shouldn't have brought it up because I'm probably positive most people are going to be like, just go ahead and announce it this Sunday. I'm also waiting for Marvel to get back to me about 2 of the videos, but I will let people know on social media, and he will too, or he will because he's the social media guy. What is Josh asking you out, Amanda? What kind of cut of steak and what temperature?
Oh, for my Valentine's Day, definitely.
How did you know you're going to a steakhouse?
Because I said I was going to get steak. I said J. Alexander's. They must know it's steak place.
Oh, yeah, I was hearing that.
Yeah, I always get a filet mignon.
Look at you.
And I always get medium.
Medium on a filet, you monster.
I know. I tried medium rare, but it's too rare. It's still too rare for me.
No, it took me a long time to get into rare and stuff because I'm from a third world country, and if you don't cook your meat well done, then you're gonna die. Take your time. Got to do what you got to do. Make people wait for it and announce it on February 14th. That's also the beginning of Lent. Oh, and Reelz is great in Street King. Such an underrated movie. Steak and salad and mushrooms on the side. Yum. And that's called Blue.
There we go.
All right. Anything else tonight, Amanda?
No, I think that is everything, but we will be back next week with another great episode of Reelz Talk for you guys. And
we haven't said it yet what it is, but it'll be great. It'll be great.
It'll be great, whatever it's gonna be. But if you haven't, definitely keep up with Masters of the Air, True Detective. Those are things that once they're done, we'll probably be reviewing. And also if you never saw like the Band of Brothers and stuff, you should also check it out.
Oh man, Band of Brothers is a masterpiece.
Yeah.
Band of Brothers, The Pacific was pretty good. And I need to see Masters of Air. I'm
liking that a lot so far. But anyways, so just stay tuned and we'll have more Reelz Talk for you guys next week. So I guess you want me to sign us off?
Don't you always?
Yeah. Fixer Upper review. Baywatch? I don't know about that.
Like the glass Baywatch?
The Rock.
Glad to have you here on the first time. We do this every Wednesday at 8 p.m.
Every Wednesday. Yes, join us next week. I promise it'll be a fun one. I just don't remember which it's going to be.
And she's the host, and I'm just the co-host. So
yes, it's been a long
less to do.
I'll figure it out. Anyways, so thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Remember to follow us on all of our social media channels at nearmintcon. Remember to check us out on Spreadshop for some great near mint condition merchandise, and also check us out on Patreon. For $1 a month or more, you can support us here in what we do and also get some cool perks along the way. And last but not least, if it's classy and cool, it must be near mint. Good journey till all are one. And we will see you all next time.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Well, we should do Masters of the Universe. That's a good one.
Is that what